Welcome to Beautifully Rebellious. Tune in as we challenge the status quo, unlock mindset secrets, and inspire you to live outside the box. I'm your host, Erin Burr, and let's dive on in. Welcome, guys, to the very first visual and audio version of the Beautifully Rebellious podcast. I'm very excited that we have finally managed to get something going. Hi guys, future Erin here. So while doing the editing of this video / podcast, I did notice that there's a lot of audio issues. And this is just because I did do the recording over my phone since I wanted to get the video also. Please bear with me. This is just a kink that I'm going to have to work out. I've never experienced it in the past, but I promise I'll work on it for the future videos. In this one, I promise you there is so much golden wisdom that you should not skip out on this one. Just bear with me. There are some fluctuations in the volume. I did re-record where I could, and the other ones I just worked on enhancing as best as I could. So thanks for your patience, and it's just how we learn, guys. All right, tune in to this episode. It is really good. It's not the ideal situation as far as the setting, but you know, I figured I have goals and a vision for 2024 for life in general, but for 2024, I am like really pushing forward, and I figured let's just do it. I have been watching, to be honest, a YouTube channel where the girl does her podcasts in her car, and I was deeply challenged when I saw that, and I was like, this girl consistently shows up in her car to do this. I can show up and do this. No excuses. And so here we are, guys. I'm very excited. It is, I think it's December 30th today while I'm recording this, and I'm going to put it up also today. So we are basically 2 days away from the new year. These are our last 2 days of 2023, and I'm not really that sad to say goodbye to 2023. It wasn't a terrible year. It just did not go the way I thought it was going to go. I'm sure you could relate. But like I've said in my previous podcasts, often we have a plan for the way our life is going to go, and the universe has a better plan. And it's hard for us when we're like up close and personal to see that plan and to like see the big outcome, the big picture. I kind of picture it like a painting. Like when I went to the museum and saw the Van Gogh paintings, I was up close and personal because I wanted to see every brush stroke, because one, it's amazing, and two, it's like Van Gogh's artwork, but I just wanted to see how he created that. But up close and personal, I can see the fine details of the painting, but I can't see what the painting is about. I can't see the big vision, whatever's going on. But as soon as I would step back, I can't necessarily see the fine details, but I can see the big picture and the beauty of the whole thing. And I see the way that the universe works is the same kind of way, and how we relate to that is the same kind of way. We're too up close and personal. We're seeing the fine details, but the universe is standing back, seeing the whole big picture, and says, this is a good picture, but you need to follow my direction because I can see the big picture, and all you're looking at is the fine details. So I feel like that was my 2023, basically. Didn't quite go as I planned, but I have personally coined 2023 as the year of the pressure cooker, because I felt like it was the year I was in the pressure cooker. Let's just be real. And maybe you can relate to that. I felt like I went into 2023 with a really big like vision for the year. Like I was so excited for the year because I thought, you know, I knew I was going to have my divorce finalized in 2023, and when I started 2023, I had been laid off two months prior. So I was like, I'm going to get a job. I'm going to be, you know, freshly single. It's going to be great. And everything went, well, there's plenty that went well, but the big picture did not go the way I thought it was going to go. And that's okay, because something I do every single year is I take a moment to sit back and reflect on my year. And while I was reflecting on 2023, I noticed, this is where I came up with the pressure cooker thing, but I noticed that although I did not have the vision come to be the way I thought it was going to be for 2023, I have come out of that year so much better as a woman. I am so much stronger. I'm so much more confident in myself. I know my value like 100-fold better than I did going into 2023. I have learned how to set boundaries for myself, to assert them, to kind of like fight for myself more than I had ever done before. And I'm not mad that things did not pan out the way I had envisioned, because I know that had they played out that way, I wouldn't have gone through the challenges that I did that made me who I am right now. And two, if I had the things that I thought I wanted then and should have now, then I wouldn't be capable of really, I think, handling them the way that I should. And so, like, basically, if I had attained the relationship that I had so much wanted, I think honestly it would be a relationship with somebody who wouldn't necessarily meet my standards, and I personally wouldn't be capable of upholding those standards or like asserting my boundaries or even speaking my mind the way that I can now, because I needed to go through what I went through to shape me, to mold me, to help me grow and shed a lot of the conditioning I had been conditioned with throughout my lifetime. And so all that to say, 2023 was a great year, and I highly encourage you to reflect on your year and don't get discouraged. Like I said, things did not go the way I thought they would, but I am not mad one bit, because I know that I personally am a better human being, a better woman, a stronger woman. And all of 2023 was that pressure cooker moment to like throw me into 2024 as the person capable of attaining that vision. So going into 2024, I want for all of us, myself included, to go into it with a lot more intention. I have my vision board that I have for my overall life. I've talked about it in the past, but something I like to do at the beginning of every new year is sit down and make a game plan for the year that is coming before me. And so this is something that I personally do. I encourage you to do it too. You can do it on like a big scale and then work out the fine details as you go, but have a vision for the year and set some micro goals of how you're going to attain that vision. I honestly have talked about this in a previous episode. The last 2 months, I've actually covered just about every tool that you need to help get yourself moving in the proper direction to attain the life of your dreams. So I highly encourage you to just go back to those episodes from November and December, and all the tools are there. There's no need for me to go over them again here. But I do have 2 things that came to me while I was thinking about my process of sitting down and planning out my next year. And the 2 thoughts that came to me were 1, investing in yourself, and 2, co-creating. And so investing in yourself is pretty obvious. It is exactly what it sounds like. Invest in yourself. I think too often though, we spend a lot of our time investing in other people, thinking that they're going to then see our value or our skills at work or our strengths or whatever it is we're expecting them to see. And they don't always do, to be honest. Oftentimes they don't, because what you should have been doing and what we are going to do from here on out is invest in ourselves. This does require you to sit down and to evaluate where you are investing in other people versus yourself, but I promise you it's going to pay off. Once you sit down and figure that out, I want you to kind of make a little list of how you can start investing in yourself. Some of this is just going to be time and your energy. Some of it's going to be literally stop investing in other people, and you're going to save that energy for yourself, which is already going to be an investment in yourself when you are not giving out so much of yourself. And some of it is maybe like monetary. You need to invest in that class that you have been wanting to take so that you can level up your skill set for your job, or invest in Maybe it's just in like a fun entertainment thing. Maybe it's that pottery class or that dance class, and that's going to feed your soul. But you need to invest in yourself, because as you do this, you build your self-worth, you build your confidence, you build who you see yourself as. And if you are not confident in yourself, if you're not confident in your skill set, in your talents, in any of it, you're not going to be going very far, because you're going to be playing small. And we don't have room to be playing small in 2024. We are only going big. So invest in yourself. The second one, and this one is kind of like a mind blown thing for me, is co-creating. We hear it all the time, co-creating with the universe. And I'm pretty sure I say it all the time. And I believe in it. I believe that we are constantly co-creating with the universe subconsciously. And I believe this because, like I say, whatever energy or frequency you put out, you are drawing the same frequency things back to you. That is co-creating with the universe. But I think we need to be a lot more intentional about this, because I think, myself included, we have often taken a back seat to the co-creating, to our part of it, or we have shown up like that partner that you get when you're doing a group project and they don't really do their share. They kind of just show up, do the very bare minimum, and then they take credit for it at the end. Nobody likes that person, and that person is frustrating to deal with. I think, though, we have been showing up as that person, thinking we're doing our part, and yes, we might be doing some of our part, but we are not doing as much as we could. I am one of these people. I truly do think that in 2023, I did a lot of personal growth, but I also reflect and see where I could have been more intentional about my movements. I could have been more purposeful and probably progressed a little bit further had I been intentional and actually shown up a little bit more. But there are places where I decided to take a back seat and say, all right, universe, you do your part, and once you do that, then I'll do this. But that's not how it works, guys. And so the way I am seeing it, and I think maybe I've just like cracked the code finally, or it's like settled in my brain finally, is when we are co-creating with the universe, we are supposed to be meeting it halfway. So if this imaginary line is our thing, our vision, it's not so much about getting from point A to point B here. Like, our vision isn't over here. It's right here in the middle. And it's the universe is over here and we're over here. And we're supposed to be inching our way together closer to where we run into each other and everything works out. That's the way it works in my head. That's the way I see it. I hope that works for you. But what I challenge you to do is ask yourself, how am I showing up? Am I even showing up? And how can I show up more for the vision that I have for myself? How can I do my part? And I think one very big key way is, it's like, I'm telling you, I feel like I'm taking all my episodes recently and they are falling together. But one key component about this is, how does that version of you look, act, talk, etc.? I say all the time, embody that version of you, but that is key here. So let's just say you have a goal to get this job promotion. This job promotion requires you to have a certain set of skills, a certain amount of knowledge about the company, all of that. You cannot sit over here saying, universe, once I get that promotion, I will start learning more about the company, or I'll take this course to better my skills in XYZ. You cannot wait for that. What you need to do is show up as this person already. You need to get those skills. You need to learn those things about the company so that when it is time for that opportunity to arise, you show up already ready. You are that person. It's like, bam, that's that moment where the two things collide and the vision it comes to be. And so I really hope that makes some sense to you. I really feel like, and maybe because it's me, we are not doing enough. We need to do more. We need to show up more. We need to meet the universe halfway instead of expecting it to throw things in our lap and then we arise to the occasion. We need to arise to the occasion. We need to embody that already. We need to create that occasion with the universe. And I really do think that by investing in ourselves more and by actually co-creating with the universe, we can create the life of our dreams. And 2024 is going to be like mind-blowing. I feel like there's this sort of quiet energy buzzing around right now about next year, and as a collective we kind of already know, and there's a lot of astrological things that kind of back this too. I'm not going to get into that. There are plenty of people whose passion is that, but you can go find them and they will talk about it. There's the moving of Jupiter. There's so much happening, and I don't think this is the year to sleep on yourself. I do not think we should be sitting around twiddling our fingers waiting for things to fall in our lap. I know this is the year that it is time for us to step up and say, I'm taking this vision by the reins, and it will be this year. And to help you get that vision going, I have created this very special planner. It is called the Life by Design Planner. It is a thick baby, but that's because this thing is living with intentionality. Like I said, we are going into 2024 with intention. And so that means we have a lot to do. Now, it's not one of those like really in-depth planners. I am a planner girl. I love planners. And so I have pretty much used just about every type of planner. This one is composed of the things that I think are the most important to get you moving towards your goals. And so it is a planner mixed with gratitude, mixed with goal setting. It's very simple, but that's because it's not about the planner itself. It is about you and your goals. We do have, the month at a glance, because I like to look at my month at a glance just to kind of look at it and say, all right, this is what we've got going on. Maybe I need to spread some things out. Maybe I'm spreading myself too thin here. Then we have goals for this month, and they are broken down into 4 categories. We have work, we have personal life, we have family, and we have health, because I do believe that these are the 4 key areas for goal planning. Every single week has a weekly gratitude spread, so that every day you will record something, at least one thing that you are grateful for, because I always say gratitude is the key to manifesting. We must practice gratitude or we are not getting anywhere. And I created a little bonus one for all those extra things that you are grateful for. And then right after that, we have the very obvious planning, your weekly spread for planning out your to-dos, your priorities, your things that you need to get done that week. And this can be things that will help you work towards achieving those goals that you have planned for the month. And then at the end of every month, we have this monthly recap and a personal reflection moment. The monthly recap is just a chance for you to ask yourself, did I achieve the goals I had set for myself at the beginning of the month? It's a simple yes or no. And then we will go over what helped me achieve those goals, what hindered me from achieving those goals, if any, and then what can I do next month differently that will help me to achieve those goals. And so it's very simple. I did not make this complicated. I did not want it to take a lot of time out of your day or your month. I want it to be something that you can sit down and do at the beginning of the day and still be working towards your goals, because it's not hard to make your dream life. It just takes some intentionality and some consistency. And then, like I said, we have the personal reflection. So it's just a moment for you to reflect over the last month, reflect over how you grew as a human, areas that you thought went really well, areas that maybe you want to work on. It's whatever you want. It's your chance to reflect. And then I did create a space for notes, because I love a good spot for notes. And this just continues all year long. And that is the Life by Design Planner. You can go onto Amazon and get this. I made it incredibly affordable and it has Prime shipping. Just go ahead, click the link in the show notes. That's where you can kind of find everything and you can get to planning and creating the life that you want. So until next year, guys, I hope that your New Year's Eve is amazing. I hope your New Year's Day is even more amazing, and I cannot wait for us to achieve the life that we truly do envision for ourselves. And it is going to be a really, really great year I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. Till then, guys, bye.